is Pep Talks,
I just remember thinking to myself, I love that Queen Latifah is a lesbian in this movie.
a weekly interactive show where I cover hot topics and issues of the day.
I might have heard it and I just wasn't listening, I guess. I didn't think it affected me.
This season, I'm watching legendary classic black movies with some of my favorite and closest celebrity friends. And then we're going to discuss them live with all of you. So get ready, throw on your favorite PJs, and let's dish on these movies. Hello, everyone. I am Peppermint. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and you are watching Pep Talks, the interactive weekly show that covers everything I love, from hot topics to issues of the day. We give commentary and review on notable Black cinema throughout history. Each week, I invite you, yes, you, to sit down, throw on your PJs, grab your drink, and put on your mud mask and get comfy, because we are going to spill all the tea with my celebrity guests, where we dish our take on the movies, drama, and our favorite trends in makeup and products and skincare and everything else, and whatever we want to talk about. This is a celebration of everything that I love: makeup, culture, black movies, and love and life. Today's guest and movie are today's movie and guest are Class Act from the 90s and Trinity The Tuck Taylor, also from the 90s. But first, we got to get right in. Before we even get started, the election was this week. I'm feeling all kinds of energized about the attention that we're putting on Georgia and trying to win Senate seats, win the runoff for the Senate, I should say, in Georgia. And so, if you are of voting age, please make sure, if you are a voting age and live in Georgia, please just keep your coat on and get ready to turn right back around and vote. And if you're not a voting age and you are in Georgia, please talk to the next person that you can who is a voting age and make sure that they vote. You don't have to tell them who to vote for, but if you're watching this show, you should already know. But you should tell them that they just get them engaged in the process, because a lot of people are really fired up about presidential elections, but don't really pay as much attention to local elections, and those are the ones that matter. And so that's what I have to say. That's my rant for the week. And now it's time to jump right in. Please help me welcome my season 9 sister, your All-Stars 4, right? Yeah, All-Stars 4 winner, the absolutely impeccable, professional, comedy genius, queen with the biggest heart, and also the fiercest competition you'll ever go up against, Miss Trinity The Tuck. Hi, girl.
Hey, sister. What are you doing?
I am doing everything and everything. I'm here in my little robe and my bonnet, and I got my drink, and I'm feeling good, girl. Wait, first of all, tell us, this is Trinity The Tuck. What are your pronouns, please?
I go by he, she, they, bitch. Literally, you can call me anything and I will answer, especially if there is a paycheck, I will be there. But I'm free flowing, girl. You can call me anything and I'm not going to be offended.
I love it, girl. Well, we had a lot of fun over in the pre-show just a few minutes ago. If you're watching this on Twitch or Facebook or YouTube, please check the link in my description or on my Twitch profile to leave me a tip to support the production of this show, so we can get some coins to the people who work behind the scenes, and then we can maybe wear diamonds or at least cubic zirconia next week instead of a robe and a bonnet. Okay, so right in Trinity, you mentioned, how many drag children do you have?
Oh my God. I've lost count, but probably close to like 7 or 8, I would say. Probably.
Girl, I didn't even know how many you had. I just knew, like, who are you? Okay, name your children. Go.
Oh my God. Okay, so there is Justice, Tiana Taylor, Victoria Taylor, girl, I I can't even think off the top of my head, girl.
Oh my gosh.
You put me on the spot. You put me on the spot. You put me on the spot. And I've had a couple of drinks, girl. So,
cheers, bitch.
Felicia Fox, Sam Starr, Audrina Taylor, Mariah Taylor, Travis Mackey, girl.
That's more than 7.
Well, girl, I have.
You've
some,
been busy.
That's why I have some wide ass hips, girl. Some wide ass hips. A lot of these children were before when I lived in Birmingham. Patience Taylor. And a lot of these don't even really do drag anymore. But I mean, I feel like when I was in Birmingham, I really because there was I had reached my peak, and all these newcomers were coming in, and I really tried to like cultivate a positive drag experience for this new generation to start doing drag, because Birmingham is so small and the drag community at the time was small, and I really wanted to encourage these people to express themselves, and some of them have done amazing things, some of them haven't, but you know, I look more at them now as more like I help them with whatever questions or stuff they needed for drag, and then I let them fly. I don't really have too many like new babies.
Yeah.
Sam Starr, which was on my Love for the Arts, she just became one of my new children, because since I saw her on Love for the Arts, she's a newer queen, and I was like, let me help you. So I just recently adopted her.
Oh, wow. She was fantastic. And I love that. I love that. Love for the Arts was just such a good show. And I know we talked about this in the pre-show, but you're in talks now for season 2. Is that right?
Oh, yes. So I'm having a conference with Leo, and I are having a conference with Twitch this month about season 2. So we'll see when that's going to happen.
Oh my gosh. For those of you that are in the comments, make sure you let us know. Do you want, I think you do want a season 2 of Love for the Arts, but if you haven't seen the show, I mean, I can't see how you haven't, but if you haven't seen the show, you need to go back and watch season 1, which is on Trinity's Patreon, right? Isn't that right?
Yes, you can watch the full season on Patreon right now. And, you know, sound off in the comments. We want to see who you want cast for season 2. Yes.
And it's not just, I don't know if the format is going to change, but the format so far is an international competition.
It's international, and it's all types of drag. It doesn't matter how you identify or what style drag you have. So.
Gorgeous. Okay. Well, I want to know what was going through your mind when we, the 4 of us on season 9, found out that we were going to the finals. So when you found out that you were going to the top 4 finals for the finale.
You know, when I realized all 4 of us were going, I was like, shit, what is happening? Because this is something they haven't done before. And so I knew they were going to pull some bullshit, bitch. And I don't know if I can cuss, but you can blur that shit out. But I knew they were going to pull something. I was so happy that all of us got that opportunity, because I loved all 3 of you. And it definitely was an experience, wasn't it?
Girl, it was a damn experience.
What did you think? What did you think when you heard?
I thought, thank God, because you know when we were filming and we went from 5 to 4, I just knew I was next. I was like, you know, because I had scored the least of our top 5, of our top 4 after Alexis left. I had the lowest score, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm obviously next. There's no reason for them to keep me around. But I felt so awakened on that last challenge, the second to last challenge, or the last challenge, when we had to do the song, and I was like, this is great. They're throwing me a lifeline, and I just felt really good about it. And I don't know, obviously that's the decision that they decided to make. When we had to film ourselves, like after our lip sync, which kind of felt like just like a joke. When we had to film ourselves leaving and I was the first one, psychologically that kind of got to me, because I was like, oh, I'm the first. They're going to do the one that they want to do, to act, the real one. They're going to do that one first. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'm going home. So when they let us know later on that we were going to the all four going, I was ecstatic, and I was like, oh, I got to try to throw it together, you know.
And you did, bitch. You placed top 2.
Girl, I can't believe it. I mean, and
How do you not believe it? It was a lip sync episode, and you were the lip sync assassin of our season, girl. Like, of course, you obliterated it. You were so good.
Girl, I couldn't believe, I was like this, right? And you were so strategic you had gone through, it was like watching football or something, where the coach is like, has the board up, and you're like, okay, Peppermint, snap out of it. And you like basically were like, okay, here, if this happens, then we do this, and then this happens, and this happened. Like, you had like the whole plan, and you were like, look, we have to make sure that Sasha and Shay lip sync against each other in the semi before they go to the main final, to the main lip sync, because
we wanted one of us to go. We wanted one of us to make it to the end. Yeah. And I knew going up against you, I was like, girl, it's 50-50 chance if I'm going to beat Peppermint, because she's a good lip syncer. But I knew that was the only way one of us was going to get.
One of us would go. Yep. Yeah, I appreciate that, girl, because I might have chosen Shay or somebody else, and at that point, if you were going against either Shay or Sasha and vice versa, they would have just eliminated us by default, because that's what we wanted to see.
Yeah,
the two of them in that final. Yeah.
Yep, and then we would just been like off to the wayside, girl.
Girl, for no reason, one outfit. So, what format do you want to see change for Drag Race in general? What element do you want to see change and happen and see them introduced to Drag Race? Either a challenge or a new element.
I understand that, with a brand like Drag Race, you have to have consistency, and you have to have like a formulation or a format of the show that's consistent. So people like familiarity. They don't like change. Mm-hmm. But I do think one thing I love about All Stars versus the regular season is it changes all the time. There's new stuff all the time. Every season, there's something different. There's different twists. I wish they would do more of that for the regular season. I feel like for the regular season, it would be more exciting to not always have a final lip sync. Girl, we get it. We are drag queens. We want to lip sync. But once you have that with Sasha having those rose petals and you having that amazing spin costume change, everything since then has been people trying to play catch up and trying to outdo it. Mm-hmm. And they just haven't. Nobody has. Nobody's really outdone season 9's finale with the costume changes and reveals. And it's just got monotonous. I wish they would do something different like they do for All Stars.
I agree. That would be good to see it switch up a little bit, because it's so interesting that it seems like they're set on having an All Stars every single year. And so, but they do so many changes and jazzing up for All Stars. And you're right. They don't seem to take a risk much with changing things up with the regular season, which I think they could do by now because everybody's seen it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's been since season 9 that it's been the same format.
Yeah, good grief, girl. Change it up, y'all. Change it up. All right. Well, wait, what is this? Okay. Everybody, okay, it's a live show. It is what it is. Head over to my Patreon if you would like to see me and Trinity Taylor talk about what happens if Trump doesn't leave, is Trinity still a pageant queen, Love for the Arts Season 2, and advice going home to Southern families during the holidays who don't see eye to eye. Oh, the Trinity convo, the convo that Trinity had with her own family, and the camaraderie of the Season 9 cast, and of course the full Valentina BTS. That's over on my Patreon. So today's movie for Black Movie Classics is Class Act, and here's the synopsis. Duncan Penderhughes, Christopher Reed of Kid and Play, the rap group, is a nerdy straight A student with no social life, and Blade Brown, played by Christopher Martin, play of Kid and Play, is a tough bad boy with grades so low he has little hope of graduating from high school. When a fateful mistake swaps their permanent records and thereby their identities, they decide to take advantage. Duncan will raise Blade's grades, and Blade will show Duncan how to be cool and fight. However, they both start to realize that their new lives aren't what they expected. And for those of you that have seen it, I want you to raise your hand and make some noise in the comments. For those of you who haven't seen it, watch. Yes, yes. For those of you who haven't seen it, watch the trailer. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that was the trailer. Hope y'all enjoyed it. So if you saw the movie, in the comments, please let us know what were some of your favorite parts of the movie. What did you like? What did you not like? I'm guessing there's people in this in the chats right now who didn't see the movie when it came out the first time around in 1991. But I definitely remember it. And so really quickly, also a note to everybody, we are doing something special, I think, next week with our chats for you, which is we're adding a Discord chat. And I think, is that true? Yeah, we're adding a Discord chat, which means that you'll be able to chat amongst yourselves and amongst each other. We're even going to add some emojis or some custom emoticon emojis and things like that into our Twitch chat and everything. I don't really know what it is, but it's for you. So I hope you enjoy it. Oh, yeah, it's called the Candy Dish. That's what we're adding. We're adding the Candy Dish just for y'all. If you want to be a part of the Candy Dish, if that excites you, let us know. Last week, the folks said they definitely want it. So we are implementing it we are creating it this week, and we will start it next week for you. Ow. So Trin, the class act. Now, you had seen the movie. What was your initial recollection of seeing this movie in the 90s?
So, girl, in 91, I was like a child. You had already graduated high school, I'm sure, but no, so I was like a kid. I remember seeing this, and the only thing I really remember from this was the guy's hair, the main character's hair being so fucking tall. Can I say that? Being so tall. And I was like, oh my God, I love his hair. How does he keep it that tall? And then I recently rewatched the movie, and I still love the hair. I think it's such a fun, campy movie. There's some great entertainment value points from this movie. There's definitely some problematic parts of the movie, but it is definitely entertaining for sure.
I thought the same thing. I do remember, the biggest. It was. I think the movie was kind of a hit, at least culturally. It was like a big thing. In Kid and Play, they were, for those of you who don't know, they were a rap group. Most people probably know them from House Party. That was probably their most famous movie. And then this came basically, I think, the next year or right after House Party. And they were kind of like a family friendly, kind of in the same vein as DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Will Smith. Their rap style is kind of very family friendly rap style. And, it wasn't over the top, in terms of what people were thinking of rap in the 90s. People were thinking of rap as gangster rap. There was a lot of, gun violence was a big thing, issue that people were talking about. And so somehow these two were still really grandma loved them, right? And I think it's because they were so cute. They even had a cartoon at the height of their fame. They had a cartoon, Kid and Play cartoon. And so that's how they weren't very threatening or too adult. They didn't curse on their records and things like that. I had the biggest crush on Kid, who is Christopher Reed, who has the big high top fade. And then he gets dreads in this movie, or twists in this movie. And I just thought he was so adorable and so cute. I wanted to marry him. But now looking back at this, it is it is so 90s. Everything down to even the intro music, which is the theme song called Class Act by, I think, B&GB. It is so 90s. Like I felt like I was watching like when the movie first came on and the whole song plays at the intro. It reminds me of like a CNC Music Factory video or something like that with all these like animations and things. Um, I think it was like basically a long music video. This movie.
Yeah, the movie itself was just very colorful.
Yeah.
The fashions were definitely like a flashback to the early '90s. Um, the acting was so cheesy.
So
Um,
cheese. It was like Swiss cheese.
so cheesy. And like the main girl character, the girlfriend, I can't remember her
Oh,
character's name.
let me get her name. She was in Boys in the Hood. Let
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Let me get her name right now. Go, I'm
but
pulling it
her
up. Let's
hair,
talk about her.
I was in love with her hair the whole time. I was like, I want a wig like that. It was so fierce.
Her name is Alicia Rogers, and she played Demita in the. Now, are you talking about Karen Parsons or who played Ellen? Whose girlfriend? Um,
Not the one with the curly hair, the one that
Blake.
had like
Oh,
the the
okay.
straightish with the
With the
bangs.
swoop. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's Alicia Rogers. She played Demita, and she was the next year. She played Morris Chestnut's girl, baby mama in Boys in the Hood, and so Boys in the Hood is on our list of show movies to watch, and it's a smaller part, but I really loved how she like worked at the museum, and she was a designer. I'm glad that they like fleshed her character out a little bit because in the beginning I thought she was just gonna be like a
Yep.
video
Yep.
hoe. I mean, that was
Yeah.
what they would call her.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. It definitely towards the end you got a better sense of the character, and
mhm.
that's one of the problems that I had with the movie is that there was a lot of stereotypes. Um,
A lot of stereotypes. Girl, that person in the jail in the beginning, I don't know if they were. It seemed clear that they might have been assigned male at birth. Either they were in drag or like. Why would a drag queen be sitting in the? Why would anybody be sitting in full drag in the jail? There's a jail
yep.
scene where there's person drag, and luckily they didn't do anything like was too like homophobic or too transphobic. Just having the person there was enough for them to say, "Ha, this is so funny." Like just our existence as
Mhm.
either drag queens or trans people, it's just funny anyway. I guess is what they were trying to say. Um, I'm glad that he didn't say anything shady or nasty to her. He was just like, "Leave me alone," basically. But that was one problematic moment, like within the first 2 minutes of the movie.
Girl, there was a lot. I also one of the things Leo actually rewatched this movie with me, and one of the things he pointed out was that the casting for this, even though it was kid and play who played the parts, and obviously neither one of them can change their skin tone, but the roles that they were given, the lighter skinned characters in the movie
Mhm,
were the smarter characters, and the darker
mhm.
skinned characters were the more rough and street smart of the characters. And so it was a little like, okay, that's a little problematic because that's what they did in movies back then. They
Yeah,
wanted to give the roles, like if you were going to be a person of color and you were going to get a quote unquote good positive role, you had to be lighter skin tone. And
yeah.
so for that was a little problematic too.
It's extremely problematic. And it basically, I mean, to go even further, dig into that, it was the people who were the thugs, the people who were the criminals. It wasn't just kid and play, it was the whole movie. Like you said, everyone. I mean, they to make it more commercial and campy, they had white people in this school. I'm like, what neighborhood is this where these white people are? And I was like, okay, it's a little fantasy, but at the bottom line is it was rough black folks who were really, really dark skinned. They were the uneducated ones. They were the one in the bad classes. They were the ones that didn't get good grades. And then there was all the light skinned people who were like super refined, had access to money, had, were in the better classes. They all went to the same school, but were in the better classes. And I mean, there is truth to that history of colorism in our country and in the Black community. That is a thing. But it almost seemed like a given. It was supported in a way that was disappointing. Like it was like, oh, obviously the light skinned girl is going to be the smart one, And I thought that was unfortunate. So you're right. That was also a very problematic piece um, to the movie. So what do you think? Does this movie hold any relevance to today? Like if people watch it, does it hold up? First of all, does it hold up today? And second of all, does it? What relevance do you think it has, if any, to today?
I still do think that it has relevance as far as what certain people, especially uneducated white folk, think about people of color, Black people. They a lot of them, especially where I'm from in Alabama, a lot of them think like this. They think that's a dark. When they look at a dark skinned Black person, they're thinking, oh, they're a thug, or they're thinking, oh, they're a drug dealer, or they're thinking they are dropouts, or they're not educated. They think that. Yeah, I think it's still relevant as far as those stereotypes are still what people see when they look at someone without knowing anything about them. And again, lighter skin tone, they're going to be treated nicer because of their skin tone. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in, and it's really crazy that we are in 2020, almost 2021, and this is still happening. But you know what? We were set back a lot when Trump got elected. And the last 4 years, I felt like we went back 20 years.
It really does feel like it, girl.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. So how important is, because the reason why I even started this show is because I had several white friends. These are all movies that I'd seen as a kid growing up. And I had several white friends that I talked to who had, when I would go through and talk about certain movies, they just hadn't seen them or experienced as many of them. Obviously the big ones like Friday and things like that they had seen, but like there's a lot of Black movies. And when I say Black movies, I mean movies that are starring, produced by, and so this isn't necessarily fully a Black movie, but it is a movie that had some cultural relevance and impact in the Black community. But they hadn't seen a lot of Black cinema, and so that's why I wanted to start this. So how is it important, and if so, how important is it to see Black films and cinema, either historically or in right now?
I mean, I think it's super important. I think that we need to see diversity in media. We need to see diversity in cinema. We need to see diversity in all aspects of entertainment, from more given more opportunity to Black producers, Black directors, literally everything, because it's all dominated by majority cis white folks. That's just what it is. That's how the world works, unfortunately, and we have to change that. And not just Black. We need more representation of Latin people. We need more representation of Asian people. Are probably the least highlighted. We need more representation of Indigenous people, Native people. We need
disabled people.
Yeah, of trans. We've done a lot the last couple of years, but we need more. We need more trans actresses in trans roles instead of cis actresses playing trans roles. We need more actors playing these parts that have lived those lives. It would be more authentic. It would be more genuine. It would be more captivating to see someone playing a part of something that they know something about. That would be like me playing, not to be insensitive, it would be like me playing a slave. I don't know anything about that lifestyle because I was born white, and we need more diversity in media.
I think, and I don't know if this was, I don't know if it was a hoax or not, but apparently when they were going to create the Harriet Tubman movie, which they did last year, played by Cynthia Erivo.
It was
Uh,
amazing, by the way. The movie is
yeah,
amazing.
they were going to, but it was not the first time they had thought of having a Harriet Tubman movie, and I think that they had talked about it, years ago, many years ago, apparently, in the '90s. And someone said, I don't know, this can't be true, but I saw it on the internet, so it could be true or not. Before 2016, had I seen it on the internet, I would say there's no way this is true. But after 2016, anything could happen, right? And so apparently they were talking about bringing Cindy Crawford in. Did you ever hear that? To play Harriet Tubman? Oh, was it Julia Roberts? Not Cindy Crawford. Julia Roberts. Sorry in the comments. Julia Roberts to play Harriet Tubman. But either way, I mean, no,
What?
it's not the same thing. Julia Roberts is an amazing actor. I don't want to say it's the same. I don't know. I haven't seen as much from Cindy Crawford, but still, yeah. Do you never heard that?
I don't know that I heard that. Maybe I did, but I think the juxtaposition and maybe it would be a learning lesson to white people that are privileged in the future if they had a generic slave movie where the roles were reversed. I think that would be interesting for people to see, to maybe put themselves in those
Understand?
shoes.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. But when it's something that's historical, like Harriet Tubman, she is black. She is black. She is dark black, and she deserves to be played by somebody that looks like her, that can represent her. And girl, I would have boycotted, and I love Julia Roberts, but I would have boycotted her. Like, what do you mean she's gonna play Harriet Tubman? Harriet Tubman is black, honey. She is black. Like,
Girl, I don't even know. Okay, so we want to make sure that everybody knows. I'm sitting here with Trinity the Tuck, my season 9 sister, All Stars 4 winner, and she has a brand new show called Sex Talk 101 on her Twitch every single Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern. So it does compete with ours. You're going to have to watch one of ours on Patreon afterwards. But make sure you go to her Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Trinity the Tuck. That's her channel every single week. And also on her channel, which premiered on her channel, but now is on her Patreon, is Love for the Arts Digital Drag Competition, International Drag Competition also. And that's on her Patreon, season 2 coming to her Twitch. But her Patreon is patreon.com/Trinity the Tuck. And just a reminder to those of you, before the show, no. Before the show, we talked about what if Trump doesn't leave? Is Trinity still a pageant queen? Love for the Arts season 2, advice to those folks going home for the holidays to see Southern family members who don't see eye to eye. The convo that Trinity had with her own family that was a little tense. Camaraderie of the season 9 cast and the full Valentina BTS. I'm talking about Mask Gate, of course. And if you want to watch that, please head over to my Patreon, where you can also find other exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and full episodes of Pep Talks. Now, fact checks. Yes, Julia Roberts was brought up by a Disney executive 26 years ago when the director first pitched the movie Harriet Tubman.
girl, how is this person still working? They need to be fired. Like, that was a terrible idea. They clearly don't know what they're doing, and they are as terrible as this mask looks on me, honey. Terrible, horrible.
Okay. So this is a time for some product, because Trinity and I both love skincare and makeup, and so I want to introduce something to you. This is a product I've not yet used. I've not yet reviewed. It is from a Drag Race alum and sister, Miss Fame, of course, looking gorgeous. And she's, I think, one of the first queens to have a beauty line. I think she was the first Drag Race queen to have her own makeup line. Now there's several, but she was the first. And so this is the second wave of products that she sent. It is old as hell. This just goes to show you, we get so much free makeup, and I'm not complaining. We get so much makeup from our from different people, including our Drag Race sisters, that it's difficult to use them all at the same rate, like immediately. And so I really like to work these things into my real life makeup use, which means I need to wait until I need a lipstick or I need a foundation before I go and open the package. So this is Fame's The Fetish of Fashion. And Paper Magazine said they had a little bit of a review. I'll review that in a second. But I want to open up the product here. Let me show you. Oh, I don't want to do it like that. Open it up. Oh, I just messed it up. Look at this. Let me open it up real nice, a little nicer. And it is some bullets. I think it's lips, right? Yeah. The Fetish of Fashion. These are lips and a glitter. And so that's what it looks like in the packaging. It's 5 lips and a glitter. Oops. And I'm going to just go ahead and give you some swatches.
First of all, girl, the packaging is just so beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful packaging of any makeup brand I've seen. Not just Drag Race girls, but
class.
All of them.
It is high. It is high. It's high. I'm going to swatch all the colors of these lips for you real quick to show you.
She's really smart, too, because she's marketing this not only to the drag community, more so women. And and she's actually taking a drag trick and manipulating it for women for everyday use with the glitter, because you're supposed to use the glitter on top of the lip.
Top of the lip. Mm-hmm.
Which is a drag trick.
It's a drag trick. I got glitter on my lips right now.
Yeah, but a lot of women, when I'm at my shows and I do glitter, they're always like, oh my gosh, what is this lipstick that you have? And I'm like, it's just lipstick with glitter on top. And they're like, oh my God, wow, I never thought of that. So Fame was smart. Miss Fame was smart by doing this.
And so this is the glitter. The name of the glitter is called On Top, which is exactly where you're supposed to put it. And it's a kind of a sheer pink iridescent glitter. I'll put some on my skin just to show you. I don't even know if it's going. Can you see anything?
A little bit. It's pretty.
It's pretty. And so that's the glitter. And so these are all of the lipsticks. They come in these lipstick bullets right here. Mm-hmm. And so there are 5 colors. I'm not sure if you can see them at all. I'm trying to show them.
Yeah.
I put the glitter on top as well.
Beautiful.
It's right there. Yeah.
I love it. Really
pretty. I think my favorite color of all of them is the Fame Wonder, or Fame Whore, not Fame Wonder. Fame Whore, which I'm going to try my lips right now. It's going to be tough because I already have glitter on. So I'm going to try to see if I can put it over top. We'll find out how creamy it is. Okay, going on. That smells so good.
Ooh, I like that color just like that.
Oh, I took off a little too much. Can't see myself. Oh, here's a mirror.
It looks great.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's pretty. That's pretty.
It's pretty.
Should I put some of the glitter on?
Yeah, show them the full effect.
Let's see. Thank you, Miss Fame.
Ooh.
Mmm. Can you see it?
I love it.
Oh, that's subtle. Let me do more glitter. Just one more glitter.
Don't press your lips together.
I know afterwards. I always do.
I have a really funny story about glitter lips, but that might be for another day.
Oh God, please tell me now. It's okay. Well,
I used to when I lived in Birmingham, me and my best friend Obscenity, and this story goes along perfectly with her name, Obscenity. And we used to have a talent show called Sin and Trin Talent Search. Well, one night, this guy who we knew very well, one of our friends, always came to our shows, always flirting, girl. He was always flirting with us. So cute. His name's Chris. And there was rumors going around that Chris had quote unquote talent, girl. And so after the show, me and Obscenity took Chris to the bathroom with consent, obviously.
Yes.
And Obscenity had on red glitter lips, girl. And she put those red glitter lips to a test, girl. And after they were perfectly in place.
Now, was there evidence afterwards when you left that did it transfer to Chris?
Oh, I'm sure it did, but he had his pants on afterwards, so you couldn't see anything with his pants on. But I'm sure he had some cleaning to do when he got. I mean, I didn't partake. I was the lookout.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Well, on that note, these are what I like about these little things is that they're magnetic. Can you hear this? Hold up. They're magnetic.
Yes.
Wow.
I love that.
Good job, Miss Fame. Well, I love this. I'm gonna slip one of these in my purse. It looks like a I won't say what it looks like, but it looks like a beautiful lipstick, and it is so gorgeous. The color Fame Whore is my color. I'm probably gonna try all of them out. If you are professional like Fame, this is what it should look like on your lips. And so use more than one color at a time. Obviously, I just used one color, but it's absolutely beautiful. And so there you have it. Paper Magazine says that the collection might appear glossy and effortless as it does, but the road to creating it was not easy. As a queer, self-sustained artist, Miss Fame relied heavily on the support of her community to see the launch through. Everyone deserves to feel beautiful, she tells Paper Magazine, but this is also for my sisters, whether trans or gender nonconforming, or my drag sisters. I want everyone who comes across this to see themselves in Miss Fame beauty. This is all possible because I have a community that's actually believing in me. They're all rooting for me. And so thank you so much, Miss Fame. And with that, thank you all for watching Pep Talks, Black Movie Classics. I want to say a big thank you to my very special guest and sister, Trinity The Tuck.
Oh, thank you for having me. This is fun.
Yeah, girl. We'll have to do it again sometime very soon. In the meantime, if you are just joining us, please go over, well, you just missed the show, but go over to my Patreon to see everything that you just missed. And next week's guest and movie are Bob the Drag Queen and Alexis Michelle, and we are talking about Sister Act 2. So if you want, with Lauryn Hill, hey. So if you want to be up to speed, watch it yourself. This week or next week before next week's show, and then you can join us in the comments. Yeah. For now, that is the show. Thank you so much for watching Pep Talks, and I will see you next week.